Hello, everyone. It's been a while. I told myself I wouldn't come back, and then here I am. My friend convinced me because, I kind of left him in the dust, and he's like, dude, how you gonna leave me in the dust? Well, anyways, it's been a long time. All right, and I'm back. And you're probably thinking to yourself, how long have you actually been playing? I think I've been playing when the anniversary came out, and my friend kind of dadded me up with like, hey, listen, you need to come back. They're having an anniversary. They're releasing Shift Kyle and Ray. I'm not sure if I'm saying Ray's name right. I think it's Ryu. I have no idea. So I was like, bet I'll come back. And well, I didn't want to make any videos because I could be like, thrown to the side of like, I don't want to do this, blah blah blah. And I committed. Anyways, enough about my return and the nonsense of that. As you can tell, I've been playing quite a bit, and I've been saving crystals, and I have been throwing a lot of crystals into this game. Well, rambling into banners that they had released. Now, we have a collab here that is Sonic. I'm kind of indifferent about this one. Love the song. Not too much of the characters. I liked Sonic as a kid, and I played a lot of the games. I don't want to say not a whole lot of the games, but some on the GameCube, the Sega, Genesis, things like that. And they had some hits, and then they got a lot of misses, okay? And I mean, when I say hits, there's only a very few hits for Sonic, and there's a lot of misses when it comes down to the games that they made, blah, blah, blah. So let's talk about it. Now, they got the banger music, by the way. I forgot what game this came off of, and they did a lot of work with the Sonic games, okay? Now, a lot of the characters that we see here, when I say a lot, I mean two of the characters that we have here. We have Tails, and we have Sonic. Now, these two characters are very good. And just any collab that you do, they're just good in general. But the ones that you need to pick is what you should pick based off of where you're at in the game, honestly. Anyone can be wherever, but I like to talk about the people that start. The ones that started should be deciding what they should pick as a character. Anyone that's into late game, otherwise, who cares at this point? You want to collect them, collect them. You want to just pick them just because, hey, I like that character, I'm gonna roll for it, blah, 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 But as a beginner, I'm only here for those to make that decision. Now, it could be very overwhelming because there is a lot to this game as a beginner. You will get lost. I mean, you will be... There'll be too much for you, okay? And you kind of figure, where should I even begin? And, well, with this collab, if you're a Sonic fan, and you like these characters, and this is where you started, and what got you into this game, then you should pick up both of these characters. Sonic and Tails. Why? Well, Sonic is very good for just being as a DPS. That is his main role. He's very fast. He goes based off of movement speed and damage and things like that. So it'd be good to get him for early to mid game and some of the late game. Now, when I say some late game, you will have some run-ins with certain bosses, okay? Where it'd be difficult, but that's okay. So he's still good, and especially when you get Tails. Tails is a support. So it'd be really great to pick up Tails for yourself. So if you can manage to continue to reroll, and you'll be wasting quite a bit of time. I'm just going to let you know, you might do this for hours. If you can manage to pull Sonic and Tails, you're set, okay? You have your team already managed, and then you save up towards other characters that you want later on the game. Now, I would recommend going for Sonic first, grind it out into the early game, or if you don't want to grind it out, okay, and you want these characters now, ASAP, then you gotta reroll, okay? It'll take some time. It's not like before where you could reroll, get in the game, roll, 3 to 4 times, you don't get the characters, you reroll again, blah, blah, blah. So let's talk about Sonic, okay? Sonic is a DPS character, as we all know, and these are his max stats when you get everything on the skill tree and everything like that. this is what's going to look like. He's going to have 2,138 damage. He's going to have defense of 1,673 defense. Intelligence, not really good at casting magic, but it is something like this. It's still good, but it's bad at the same time. His raw strength is through DPS. Okay, that is where it's standing right now. MP 256, incredibly bad, especially with casting magic or anything else apart from that. That doesn't mean it cannot be increased with MP skills that you can learn out through the arcs that you get in through this game. We'll talk about that later. So you have magic defense, which could be roughly around like life stealing, as well as like, you know, defense and blah blah blah. Okay, there's a lot to this game. Okay, so Sonic, the problem is with a lot of these characters that they release as Sonic is that they're pretty damn close to being the same when it comes down to their skills and things like that, but it's not that bad. Okay, so easygoing hero, when skills when skill attacking, chance to boost skill count, and at max, skill 1 is 4 plus hits, skill 2 is 6 plus hits, and skill 3 is 8 plus hits. Ring buff activate boost of skill damage and damage cap boost effect based on the ring buff stack, max 30% of 25,000, and when max ring is stock, hit the count boosted effect also activates. Okay, so you're trying to figure out what the heck does that even mean. That is a lot to actually go based off of. So you're going with abilities, and these are skills, okay, that you will use, okay? So based off of that idea, when you max out the boost effect with the ring count, okay, you'll be doing a lot more damage with these skills, okay? I've seen this before. It's relatively okay. You'll be doing a lot of damage. And Sonic, Supersonic Hedgehog, okay? Thunder damage 30%, damage cap of 15,000, and when moving or won't flinch from most enemy physical and magic attacks. Chance to nullify physical and magic attack. Damage taken continuously supersonic and a buff boost movement speed effect. So flinching in this game is where your character gets like in a stun lock situation, okay? Where if people spam abilities or things like that, your character will not move or comes to an effect where they will be like CC lock, crowd control, okay? It makes it incredibly difficult when fighting certain, you know, creatures, or if you do PvP, if a lot of like, you know, units, they like to stun lock you, you're gonna have a hard time, okay? So yeah, so we know about Sonic, and so he has skills, okay? He's got fighting spirit, so it's based off of, you know, strength and HP is increased. Heroism is defense, and strength, HP increased. Critical is increased, you know, by 8%. Advanced vitals is basically if you have enough critical into your kit, and he hits quite frequently with critical, and increases critical damage. I'm sorry, I think I'm getting sick. Anyways, Proud Force, if you have critical into this, it based off critical hits recovers HP, okay? There's no chance to evade a physical attack. Auto protection is basically defense, you know, just protection barrier. You know, auto critical, just critical effect that's continuously, you know, going on and on. Auto haste just reduces your skills off of your, you know, skill stocks, and allows you to use them quite, you know, frequently, or, you know, words, yeah. Awaken, this is really good, especially with a certain set of things. When your character is about to die, they recover HP, okay? So you also get a big boost of strength defense and magic defense. Well, and health along with it. Yeah, Proud, well, at max HP, strength is increased by 30%. Gale Force, at max HP, SAT recovers by 10%. Thunder Drive, since Sonic is a Thunder unit, which is kind of strange to me, honestly, because I would not see him as a Thunder unit. But if you have, with the skills, he's Thunder, this will increase his damage overall, depending on what they have for high drive. You know, physical attack is increased, and special damage is increased by 30%. Thunder physical and special damage by 3,000, and when equipped, only with one weapon is an effect of 6,000. Okay, so we have increased in damage increased by Thunder attack rise, you know, so on and so forth. He has dual wielding, kind of strange to me. He has dual wielding. We have quick trigger combo master, so you know, really good with his trait that he has. Giant killer, focused will, you know, overdrive. Things like this. Wing. Now, and I said wing. You have ring charge. When using a skill, give a unit ring buff and can stock up to 5 ring buffs. And when unit has 2 or more ring buffs, takes an attack chance to cut 1 ring buff and loses ring buff after 20 seconds. This is good. You know, honestly, it makes it where it's interesting. Sonic actually has rings. I mean, when you collect rings, you're gonna have that ring buff. You have spin attack during 50 plus more combos. Skill damage is increased by 30% and damage capped by 5,000. Air trick, physical attack damage by 30%. Airborne enemies and critical rate by 10% and airborne enemies. In this song, I am sorry it is on a loop. I like the song, but not like this. Ring recovery. When at least 1 ring buff is stock, take lethal damage using all ring buffs to survive with 1 HP, and then restore 50% of your HP twice per wave. So, really good, especially when you're going through stages, and it can reset on each stage that you go into. So, pretty dang good. Okay. So we're gonna move on, right? So this is Sonic. He's a physical DPSer that you would probably want as a new player, okay? Now, if you're like, I don't really care for Sonic, and I just want one of the characters out of the 2, well, Tails would be really great for that, because Tails is a support character that also does quite a bit of damage on top of that, okay? Tails is a character that I would recommend rolling, okay? So, Sonic's trusty sidekick. Battle start every 10 seconds. Give all allies damage of 30% buff with attributes of weapons equipped by that unit. Ring buff activate every 10 seconds and give all allies a buff that boosts damage cap by the attributes of the weapons equipped by that unit. Damage cap boost based on ring stock is max up to 10,000. This is incredible, by the way, because I am actually happy that a unit like this exists when it comes down towards weapons and dealing with weapons and actually making weapons useful. Weapons are useful, but to actually give a weapon a buff is actually insane to me, especially the pay-to-win whales. So if you spend a lot of money and you get their equipment or their weapons on certain characters, they're gonna hit really hard, okay? It's like they already hit hard enough, but they're gonna hit harder. So Machinery Genius. Machine equipped skill, special damage capped by 25,000. Duration of buffs and from units. Active skills of 20%. Every 5 seconds, it slightly restores HP of allies with the lowest HP. So this is a good, I would say this is a good support character with just the trait. With that trait alone, is really good. You might think it's not, but it is. It's very good. So we have skills, okay? So when you max this character, this is the skills that they're gonna have. Well, you don't necessarily need to max to have like some of these skills, but at max, this is what it's gonna look like. So we have Grand Brave, okay? It's a spell that he will cast that will give all allies strengths of 35%. That's huge. Along with Grand Fort Phaser, which is 35% of defense, okay? And Mega Vital Phaser increases all HP cap by 3,000 and recovers HP. We have Magic Up by 15%, Heroism with Strength Defense of 10%. Aesthetic Up is increased by Intelligence, Magic Defense, and MP 10%. We have Guard Vitals, which is kind of interesting. So it makes sense. He is a range. You need to have some sort of defense, and to take lower critical damage from units is actually very good. Royal Armor is good. Makes sense. Machinery Buster, really good. So we have also the Auto Grand Aura. This increases your intelligence. You have Auto Maintenance. There's loss. Oh my god, I'm losing words. I'm getting tired. We have defense. Auto High Magic Barrier, to stop, magic, of course. And Auto Advanced Circle just recovers MP slowly. We have Moonlight at max HP Intelligence by 30%. Earth Attack. The same thing as Thunder, but he's Earth. So, yeah. We have like reduced damage taken from distance. We have also the same thing. Head Bash. Kind of interesting that he has Head Bash. And this one here, Beast Repellent. Kind of really interesting, honestly. Like, the skill you could easily learn and get. We have the Ring here. Boost of physical attack damage based off intelligence. Machine boost up. So, this just increases your damage because of his traits. We have Skill Charge, Decoy, when HP hits 0, Auto Revive slowly recovers HP. We have Sharp Eyes. So the amount of MP that you have will increase his damage, but also will use 3% of his MP, which is not a big deal because you're going to be stacking MP and other things along with it. So we have Machine Tinkery, continuously Magic Wall attributes equipped. We have Emergency Rescue. When an ally takes lethal damage, restores the allies 50% and gives them a defense and magic resistance 35% buff, this is huge. This is crazy. That is huge. Now, imagine, you get Revive, and you get 50% of that health back, along with a giant 35% of defense and magic defense. Okay, that's crazy. That's huge. And that's once per wave. That's crazy. It's not like one wave. You're doing it every wave. So if someone dies, they're going to get this on each wave. Now, only one person's going to get this. It's not going to be your whole crew. It's still huge. Aerial, am I saying this right? Aerial Radar. Battle start. Give all enemies attributes of weakness damage taken by 25 debuff. This is crazy. Like, this character is like a versatile support. Just straight up. He's just good, okay? There's just so much that he can do here. This is crazy. Now, the arcs here, where I was stating before, you will learn skills as you go, okay? And these skills will come off of arcs, and this is an arc. There's a lot of arcs. There's a lot of arcs that you're going to get right away, okay? That you will learn skills from characters that need to sit there and, obviously, get. So, as you can tell here, with Tails' arc, these are his skills that you can learn from, okay? Now, his arc, what matters about him having this is that it's just the arc trait, okay? Boost of physical attack damage based off of... Is this... Oh, yeah, okay. Based on intelligence and battle start, give all enemies and thunder resistance and skill 3, skill shot of 1, plus an intelligence of 10. So this is meant for Tails, but it's not limited, okay? So if you like, well, I got the arc, but I don't have the unit. Well, that's okay, because if you have someone that is a support on your team that can utilize this, then you should give it to them, because it'll be okay. You don't really need Tails, but this is meant for him, of the idea of, like, this would be best for him to actually have an arc. A lot of these arcs are going to be good for anybody, okay? Like, you can literally, you really don't need it, but if you want it, go for it. And if you're going for it, you're basically going it for the skills, you know, and the arc trait, so, depending on what skills you need. So, XP up. So this game with XP is very annoying to level, okay? I mean, there are things like training you could do to increase and level up faster, but it's very gradually. It will boost it up depending on what level you're at very quickly, but once you start to get up towards level, I want to say 60 or 70, you really start to see like it becomes a lot slower. Now, the XP up, there's 1 and 2, and I think there's a third one. I'm not quite sure. But this will increase your XP tremendously, okay? 35%, and then whatever other XPs that you can fight throughout the game. Now, a lot of these characters, or a lot of the skills here is okay. Like, it's not, like, amazing. The only thing that's amazing about this is that you have the Chaos Emerald. Excuse me. Every 10 seconds from the battle start, chance to very greatly restore HP. Get strength of 100% buff for 20%, for 20 seconds. This is crazy. This is actually really crazy. You're gonna get a giant heal. On top of that, you're gonna get strength 100% buff for 20 seconds. That's insane. That's crazy. Now when you do Arc Ether, you will earn obviously equipment. These equipment will actually help you throughout the game. Some are better than others. This right here has strength of 228, of defense of 42, and the trait here, earth damage of 10% and continuously speed buff effect. It's okay. I don't think it's amazing. It is something there. I mean, it does increase your strength of 228, you know, and defense of 42. It's okay. It's not bad, but no, it's not like good of all means. And it's the same thing with Sonic. Sonic has something here too. With the gloves, physical. Alright, so he has strength of 72, intelligence of 45, and defense of 45. Physical attack and special damage of machine types of 10% and damage. So anything that's a machine type, he's going to hit a little bit harder, but only by 10%, and damage taken by 10% is less, okay? It's okay. It's not like, again, all means, not the best, alright? There are a lot better equipment out there that are far better. Now you have an understanding of the game. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, how do I go on means of rolling? There's a few... I had it. Get away from that song. I'm sorry. It's been spamming the same thing. There's a lot of things you could do here, okay? The very first thing you can do is very simple. Obviously, you could go for just doing your missions. How do you do your missions? Well, it's pretty simple, okay? You simply just follow through the event, okay? And you earn points as you do missions. And it can be on the same stage, okay? So right now is an all dungeon clear rate, okay? So right now we're stuck on spot, oh god, I am sorry, 1F, okay, 1G, and 1D, okay? As you can tell, on the very top left of the screen, dungeon clear rate is 30%. We need to clear this all the way up towards 100% in order for us to move on, which there's nothing here. So I don't understand why anyone would be doing this. It's more of like we should do 1F and 1G. That doesn't mean we shouldn't do this. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is a boss battle, and you could get some good stuff out of it. But right now, I'm working myself off 1G up to 1H. So, I mean, yeah. Yeah, and it's great. It's awesome. Like, I appreciate this little details that they actually put into the game, and we're going to go into here in a second. I will show you what kind of details we're talking about here. Now, the music, I don't remember if it's Dr. Robotic boss theme music, or if it's the loop music that we had in the main screen. It's okay. I was hoping about a little bit different. It's okay. So, as you can tell, like, the background is fantastic. It's great. Now, I appreciate that. I love how Robotnik is actually going backwards, like in some of those games, where you actually have to follow and chase him and, you know, obviously, you know, destroy his machine, and he gets away and he flies away. I have not played Sonic in a very long time, and plus I'm very tired at the same time. But anyways, yeah, that's all I have to say. I know I came back, and I like this game, but the customer support, it's not very good. I'll give it another chance. I'm just not gonna throw any money to this game anymore. I don't think anyone else should take my idea and say, well, okay, well, I guess I'm not gonna throw money. I think you should. Just beware, if once you bind your account to your phone, right? Do not switch other devices and buy anything. Like, you will screw yourself. Okay, it's ridiculous. I lost my money because of that. But anyways, have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and peace out.